I hate knowing that my presence is resurfacing old trauma for you, but wouldn't it be better if we just put this behind us?
Ugh, stop it, okay? No one's around, so you can just drop the act.
It's not an act. I'm just trying to connect with you.
You can't connect with anyone, Sissy. You're a psychopath.
Lee Richey with you, and I am pleased to have with us today somebody that you're going to see in an upcoming movie called Sissy. She's an actress. She's currently down under, and that doesn't mean she's under the weather. It means it's in a land down under, of course. Emily De Margheriti is with us. Hello, Emily.
Hi there. How are you?
I am doing just fine. What a lovely name. Does that translate to like Emily of Margaritas or something like that, or not so
Everyone
much?
always jokes about my last name. You either like the pizza or the drink.
Oh,
That's
right.
all.
I didn't even think about the pizza. I guess that shows you where I'm coming from. You play Alex in an upcoming movie billed as a horror comedy film. It's called Sissy.
So Sissy is a satirical horror, and it very much talks about this era of social media, which is a lot of fun. And I think it's something that's interesting to talk about, and the correlation between mental health and this use of social media.
Like, what is too much and what is enough? And
well, more so, what's the extreme negative worst case scenario when it comes to using too much of social media? But yes, and also we delve into like childhood trauma and bullying and a lot of other themes with this.
I know there are so many different themes going on in this movie. It looks fascinating.
It's very fascinating. I love the themes of, I don't love, but I can relate to the themes of bullying, even though I am, I guess, the villain to serve Sissy's perspective in the film. But I think as a young girl, it's quite interesting because we are used to having these psychological kind of psychological bullying, I suppose, with your closest friends. I feel like most young women have experienced this to some extent, where your closest friends are also sometimes the people who are the meanest to you when you're a kid.
Yeah.
With men, it's a little bit different. I find they just don't talk to them, or they have a drink, a beer, and then they'll get over it.
Well, I think with women, at least, it may affect them a lot deeper because they care more.
Yes, we do care more. And I suppose this film is, what happens if you are confronted with your childhood bully, and what will happen? Like, are you going to say all the things that you want to say, or how are you going to respond? A lot of the time, I think that, some people think about these things and what would they say? And I suppose that this film is exploring that in some ways.
You're calling, I've heard you referred to as a bully in the movie, but are you really a bully, or are you simply calling out Sissy for who she really is? And again, keep in mind, I haven't seen the movie, just the trailer.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't want to give any spoilers, but you'll have to see the film. But some people can call me a victim and some people can call me a bully. It depends on, whose side are you on.
I was reading a lot of the online reviews. You were actually called genuinely horrible.
Friends, Cecilia is not as sincere as you think she is.
Your character, not you.
No, I know. It's good fun playing a villain. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of love it. I feel like I'm not like that in real life. I hope not. But yeah, it's kind of a weird thing to love being called that. It's a good thing because I'm supposed to be the villain in this film. So
we're talking to Emily De Margheriti from the film Sissy. What are your roles in this movie other than one of the lead actresses?
Well, my production company Dems Entertainment also did a co-pro with Acadia, so I have my own company as well, but my main love is acting, and that's why I try to facilitate work for myself as an actor and also for other people in Australia and LA when I'm there.
A horror comedy, as I mentioned, it walks kind of a fine line of horror comedy to like ridiculousness. How do you keep that in balance, do you think?
I think Kane Scenes and Hannah Barlow did a really good job at writing the script where they found that balance. They've got to, they've got to make well, I don't want to give spoilers, but I suppose the kills, they're inevitable. It's a horror.
Uh-huh.
They have to make them more ridiculous each time to keep that comedy. But I think they found a really good tone with the way that they wrote it.
I can't wait to see it. It sounds like a hoot. Is it one of those movies where we're going to be yelling at the screen like, don't open that door?
No, it's not necessarily, it's not like a jump scare kind of film. It's more, I keep referring it to like Kill Bill, where they throw that rubber baby down the mountain. It's more like dark humor where it's ridiculous. So you're not hiding behind your hands. You're able to actually watch it and have a laugh.
Okay. I get you. Where did this idea come from for Sissy? Not being one of the writers, but I know you were there from pretty much the inception on.
Well, I've spoken and I spend a lot of time with Kane and Hannah. I've toured around doing the festival circuit with them. I know a lot about it, but they mainly based this off an influencer where it kind of came from multiple things. But one of the things they did mention was that it was based upon an influencer called Belle Gibson, she was a woman in Australia who I think on social media, she pretended to have cancer or something and used that to her advantage, which is kind of evil in its purest form, I think.
Wow.
But it was just interesting. And I think for them, and even for me, I find it so fascinating with social media, and it is your highlight reel, specifically with Instagram. And it's fascinating how you can put out a perspective on social media and where does reality lie? Like where's the truth in that? And can you believe your own bullshit? And then also, who are these people in power that we give power to, these influencers? Yeah. Who are they? Why are they in power? Why do we decide that?
Is it just something that you decide to call yourself at some point?
I mean, it just depends. I know some influencers are doing great and they're making a lot of money by selling products to you. Yeah, I just find influencers, it's just a funny thing. I find it such an interesting thing to talk about because it's not something that you earn. You just put this label on you and all of a sudden everybody's following you and you've got, young millennials who are on Instagram who are just, buying these things because they're being told to.
It's a job. It's what they do.
It's not just someone that has influence now. It's an actual job. It's people get you to promote products, and I found it very icky. I found it icky at the start, knowing that people do that, specifically friends. I always found it quite difficult. But honestly, people making a killing do it. So I mean, I'm good on them. Like, that's amazing. But I just know people and they're selling these products and they don't even use it. They don't even know what it is. They're getting paid. So
the movie is called Sissy, and you're in Australia now. I understand you kind of divide your time between here and there.
Yes. I just got back to Australia. I'm quite jet lagged at the moment, to be honest.
Oh, sorry.
I know, that's fine. I just got back from Belgium and Edinburgh, and we've been doing the whole festival thing. So
tough to be you.
Yeah, tough to be me, but I usually live in LA. That's usually my home. But
well, we wish you nothing but the best, and good luck with the movie. We can't wait to see it, and we're gonna sit back with a good bowl of popcorn. And what's your favorite type of movie? Is it this kind of a dark humor?
Yeah, I usually like comedies because I find the best way to open up your heart is to have a good laugh. And but I like dark comedies because I feel that they make you laugh and then you can get sucker punched at the end with some truth or horror. And I find that really fun. And they're the best kinds of films, I think.
They are. I agree completely. But the thing is, not everybody gets it.
That's true. Not everyone gets it. I like a bit of heart, but not too much heart that I'm going to cry.
Well, we won't be crying during Sissy, will we?
Hopefully not. I mean, maybe. Who knows? You can really affected.
Well, I want to thank you so much for taking time to tell us about the movie and to visit with us here. It looks great. More music on the way. Thank you so much for joining us.